everyone! Today we're going to try a fruit and vegetable yoga class. Yoga is a kind of exercise that helps keep our bodies stretched out, become strong, and keeps our mind relaxed. Plus, we're going to learn about some fruits and vegetables along the way. So, before we get started, make sure you have a wide open space where you can stretch out. A yoga mat or a rug is a good thing to have underneath you so the ground is nice and soft. Let's get started. Let's start sitting crisscross applesauce with our buckets on the ground and our knees and our legs folded up in front of us. Let's start by taking a deep breath in and then a deep breath out to make sure our mind is nice and relaxed before we get started. Let's do two more. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Good job. So first, let's talk about how plants grow. All the fruits and vegetables that we eat come from plants. And all plants start as little tiny seeds beneath the soil. Let's imagine that we're a tiny seed and we are living beneath the soil. So let's curl up in a little ball on our mat. Try to imagine what it would be like to be under the soil. When a seed first begins to grow, it sends out little roots to find water. Let's send out some little roots through our toes and our fingertips to find water. Tap your fingers and your toes on the ground. After a little while, the seed will sprout. Let's pretend we're a sprouting seed and break through the soil. Here we go. Good job. And now let's stand up because the plant is getting taller and taller and taller. As the plant grows, its stem gets longer. The stem is very important because it carries the water from the roots all the way up to the leaves. Let's practice being the stem. We're going to scoop water from our roots and we're going to bring it all the way up to the leaves. Let's do that two more times. We're going to scoop up the water and bring it all the way to the leaves. One more. Scoop up the water up to the leaves. Good job, you can relax. So the leaves are really important because they collect sunlight and plants need sunlight in order to grow. So let's practice being our leaves. First, let's be a really wide leaf. Put your legs a little bit wider than your hips and your arms out wide and be a big leaf stretching up towards the sun, soaking up all that good warm sunlight. Okay, then we'll come back like a stem, and we're going to open back up into a leaf and stretch up towards the sun. And back to our stem, nice and tall, and a big wide leaf stretching up to the sun. Good job! So now we know what the roots do, we know what the stem does, and we know what the leaves do. So let's put all three of those things together. So let's go back into our seed. We're curled up like a little tiny seed. And then we start sending out little roots through our fingers and toes. Now we're going to sprout through the surface of the soil. And our our stem is going to grow big and tall. Now the stem is going to scoop up water from those roots and bring it all the way up to our leaves. And the leaves are going to grow nice and big and stretch up all the way to the sun. All right, good job. So sometimes after many years, that tiny little seed in the ground can become a big, big fruit tree. And do you know what grows on a fruit tree? How about apples or cherries or pears or peaches? All those fruits are so good. Let's think about which one is our favorite and become that fruit tree. I'm going to become a peach tree. So I'm going to stand on one foot and balance. And when I find my balance, I'm going to grow out my branches of my tree. And I have to have really strong arms because I'm carrying all these peaches on my branches. Now, think about that yummy fruit that's growing on your tree, and I want you to grab one off the branch and take a big old bite. Yum! Let's do that on the other foot. So we're balancing on our other foot now. Pick it up, and when we have our balance, we're going to stretch out really big, like big tree branches. Remember, strong arms because we're holding all that fruit on our branches. And when you're ready, pick one of those fruits off the branch and take a big bite. Good job, whoa. Sometimes it gets a little windy outside and a plant or a tree can fold back and forth in the wind. Let's practice being a plant on a windy day so our roots will keep us connected to the soil. But the wind is going to push our leaves back and forth. So let's put our arms overhead like a narrow leaf, and we're going to blow this way. And then we're going to blow the other way. And we're just going to keep swaying in the wind. All right, good job. So I think we understand now how plants grow and kind of what it's like to be a plant. So now let's try some poses that look like our favorite fruits and vegetables. Let's start with the strawberry. Strawberries are small red fruits and they have lots of tiny seeds on the outside. They're also kind of shaped like a triangle. So let's put our bodies in the shape of a triangle like a strawberry. So go all the way back to the edge of your mat. And we're going to slowly fold all the way down, almost touching our toes. And then very slowly, we're going to walk our hands forward. And then pretty soon, our body will be making a triangle shape with the mat. Now let's walk our hands back in. And let's do that 2 more times. We're going to walk our hands out like a strawberry triangle. And then walk it all the way back in. We're really working our arms here, so be careful. Okay, one last time. We're going to walk our hands out. And all the way back in. Whew, that was a tough one, but you guys did great. Now let's try the carrot stick pose. So carrots are crunchy, orange root vegetables, and they are really straight. So let's practice standing as tall and as straight as we can, just like a carrot stick. So we're going to stand up straight for 3, 2, 1, and relax. Now let's do it 2 more times. Stand up really straight and tall. 1, last carrot stick. Stand up really straight. 1, 2, 3, and relax. Good job. Now let's try something similar, except we're gonna lay down on our back. So lay down on your mat, and we're gonna be a corn cob. Corn cobs are also straight and long, kind of like a carrot, but they're a little bit wider and they have little kernels all over the outside. So let's lay down like we're a corn on the cob on the plate. And corn on the cob is round, so it rolls around on your plate. So can you roll back and forth a little bit? Putting your ankles side to side and your head side to side. And let's do one really big roll all the way onto our belly. And our next pose is going to be a banana. And bananas are curved, so let's curve up like a banana. And back down. And we're going to curve up like a banana. And back down. One last time, let's curve up like a banana. And relax. All right, let's come back onto our crisscross applesauce. So, now we're gonna try the grape pose. Grapes can either be purple or green, and they're usually pretty small, and they come in a big bunch. So let's practice being a tiny little grape that's part of a bunch. So, we're gonna get on our feet, and we're gonna crouch down. We're gonna balance on our toes and our fingers. And then when you think you're balanced, you can give yourself a big hug, like you're rolling into a little ball grape. And let's open and wrap up the grape again. Last one, open and then wrap up. Okay, we learned a lot of different fruit and vegetable yoga poses, and we're almost done. But before we go, let's try one more thing. We're gonna use our imagination to pretend we're going to a farm where they grow our favorite fruits and vegetables. So take a minute to think about what your very favorite fruit or vegetable is. And then, once you got it in your brain, let's go to the edge of our mat and stand straight, looking forward. So, here we go. With your fruit or vegetable in mind, we're gonna step forward onto the farm. And then, we're gonna reach for that plant. I'm gonna pick blueberries, so I'm reaching forward for that blueberry bush. And then when I reach it, I'm gonna pick the blueberries off. There's so many blueberries growing on it. Picking them off. All right, and now I've got them in my big basket. I'm gonna stand all the way up, and then I'm gonna jump with my back foot to meet my front foot. Whew, this is a lot of berries to carry. I'm gonna set them down. Now, let's do the same thing with a bush on this side. So turn around. We're going to step with our other foot now. Step onto the farm. And we're going to reach forward for that berry bush. And when you think you got there, start picking berries off of your bush. Or maybe you're picking something off the ground, like a carrot or lettuce. Or maybe you're picking something way up high, like an apple. Wherever you are harvesting today, put it in your bucket. And let's use that back foot to hop up to our front foot. Good job! We harvested so much from our imaginary farm. So before we're finished, let's sit crisscross applesauce and do 3 more big, relaxing breaths. This time, We're going to breathe in through our nose, and we're going to breathe out through our mouth. So breathe in through your nose, and out through your mouth. In through your nose, out through your mouth. And the last one, in and out. Good job. Thank you so much for doing fruit and vegetable yoga with me. I'll see you next time.